everybody, to We Geek Podcast. Today is Wednesday, March 22nd, and as always, we are live, Jason, on the N.FM, 9 p.m. Wednesdays. My name is Adam, and I'm joined by my good friend Logan.
Hello.
And how's your week been, man?
It's been a week.
Tell me about it.
It's been a weird week. I don't know.
No, well, you want to talk about it, or?
I mean, everything that's, work is work, and then tonight got weird.
Tonight got weird?
Tonight got weird. Well, because we do these, I think everybody knows by now we do these Tuesdays. And, watching SmackDown Live.
Mm-hmm.
And, sitting in the living room, and my girl's going back and forth between that and a project she's working on. And, like, the fake Total Bellas stuff really caught her. And I was like, Oh, well, if you like wrestlers doing parodies of stuff, I've got something you should take a look at. So that's why I was a little late getting started. We had to watch the first episode of Southpaw Regional Wrestling.
Yes.
Oh man.
It's good, right?
I watched it earlier today, and I almost cried. Like it's magnificent. It really is.
Yeah, it is. It's hilarious. I saw that and I was like, this just needs to continue. It needs to keep on. I want a T-shirt.
I want I love that they were like, and his T-shirt was $10, and I kept looking. I'm like, all right, so where is it on the shop? Let's go. Let's have it. I want that $10 T-shirt. Let's go.
Oh, it's gonna be there.
They will sell that like crazy. I guarantee you, they're gonna put that up there and think, all right, we're gonna sell a lot of these. It's gonna be good. And then they're gonna see the numbers and they're gonna go, oh shit.
Oh yeah.
We weren't expecting that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they got something because, it's supposed to be awkward. It's supposed to be poorly timed. And like, this is just that comedy just nails with this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like it's something that wrestlers can easily do to kind of shake the cobwebs, and like, especially like I love Cena, kind of, because I only saw the first episode. I don't know how many there are, and
4.
I love his like basically being Vince McMahon.
Yeah, the old
type role.
Right, the announcer Vince McMahon.
Right,
like
right. Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah, it's old announcer Vince McMahon, and it's, oh man, dude, you have to watch at least the next one before you go to bed tonight, because in the second one we're introduced to the farmer whose name I forget, and it's Rusev.
Oh right.
It's it's exquisite. It's so good. It's ridiculous.
They need to turn Rusev face.
I go back and forth on that. Like I think him being the kind of heel that he is works.
Mm-hmm.
And to make him face, like, suddenly it has to become earnest and this and that, and I think you kind of take that away. Like,
I want him, when he turns face, I want him to embrace, because I saw that video where the commercial for the Snickers where he loves country, and in real life he does.
Yeah.
And so I want so bad for him to suddenly, go, screw this. I'm all about America. I live in Tennessee. I listen to country music. He comes out in a cowboy hat and he comes out in the overalls. Like, it would totally work. And him just be like abashedly into America, everything American, and like him getting excited and his eyes lighting up, and wanting to just absorb everything American. That would just be so funny to me. Because of his timing and everything.
That would work. It really would. I see him, the way he does heel now is kind of like the old Austin Angle days, when they were both just like, fuck it, we've got these tiny cowboy hats, and just all, and they just went nuts with it. And I think that's
right.
I think that's where he should be, at least for the time being. But
yeah, I just think they've just wasted him. Like,
totally.
He wasn't even on this week, right? I think because he cut his hair.
Yeah, he's got what, shoulder surgery, I think.
Oh, okay. I'm like, they cut his hair and now he's off the TV. So I didn't know what was going on. Oh yeah, he's not really in a Mania match, is he?
No, he's gonna miss Mania.
That's insane.
Yeah, he's off for what I think like a month for
Oh.
rehab and whatnot.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, when he comes back, I don't know. He needs to be pushed. Like I love Rusev. Like it, and surprisingly enough, even when I watched the Total Divas, I liked him even more
Yeah,
because he you know I don't know. His character is him times a million little pieces of him. He loves his country and whatnot. Um, but I'd love to see him turn. I don't know. It'd be so much fun to see him having fun with people and
yeah.
being this big brute that comes and saves the day. I don't know. I just think it'd be cool.
Well, I mean,
Um,
Raw could definitely use a solid face for sure. Like
yeah,
they
that's true.
it
I
couldn't
think,
it couldn't hurt.
man, they need to bring up Nakamura. I heard he's not got any after Orlando. He has no planned bookings for NXT.
Yeah,
He's
it's
so
yeah.
I hope he comes. My guess is that Balor comes maybe Raw the next day. But you can't do him and Nakamura the same day, right? That'd be weird.
Well, and also considering you're probably gonna have Angle that night too.
Yeah. Oh, see, I thought we were gonna get Angle earlier, like this week going into Mania.
I no, I think we get him after.
Man, that's a lot then because
Yeah,
Finn's ready to go. Maybe they hold off on Nakamura and he gets to like chill for a month or two.
yeah. Depending on his like if his knee needs any more time or anything, maybe.
Right, right. But he's getting up
But
there, man. I'd like him to get in there and get a few good years going
oh
before.
yeah, yeah. Oh no, he's definitely he's definitely this year for the main roster,
Yeah,
no question.
he could easily be the big face because no one likes Roman and they keep pushing him.
And they're gonna keep doing it. They're gonna keep doing it. They haven't
Need to
learned by
stop.
now. They're not gonna learn at all.
They need to put Nakamura in there. Make AJ face. AJ could easily be the face of the company.
I'm telling you, man.
Make him a good guy. Put him on Raw. Wouldn't it be crazy if they turned him and what are those other guys? Carl Anderson
Oh, the
and
club.
the club. Imagine if they turned face, and it would be that stable versus the evolution, the new evolution
Like the
stable.
new authority
Yeah,
evolution. That's a
that'd be
thought.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They need to do something. There's too many heels. It's a league of heels. It
It
seems
is.
like.
Yeah. And then,
Yeah.
well,
Um.
we get Tex and Chad. Too bad to settle their feud, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Exactly.
The hair, man. The hair. Oh,
Yeah.
it's a masterpiece. It
You
really
know
is.
what I was reminded of this week? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Someone told me on someone made a joke. I forgot what it was referring to. Oh, it made a joke about it because I was at a baseball game, which kind of ties into what we're talking about. What we did this week. I went to the baseball game with my grandfather, and I thought it was so funny when they play rap at a hip hop. They play hip hop at like a sporting event, and I look around, not my grandfather or anything, but everyone else around me. The older people got so uncomfortable
Well,
when
sure.
hip hop came on,
Yeah.
and it's just older people just not into it, and I always find that funny. I posted that on Facebook, and my buddy's like, he said made a joke about rap is crap or something like that, which I like rap, and I go, I think I heard Kurt Hennig make that joke in 1999, and it just reminded me of that era where I remember on WCW where there was like a rap stable and a country stable, and they fought each other,
Yeah. Oh
and
my.
that was their line. They had it on T-shirts and everything.
Yeah. Got that. Oh man. The a couple of the guys from What Culture are doing TNA rewatches,
Hmm.
and they went back to their first pay-per-view back in I think it was in '02.
Oh
And you
wow.
and at the time there were a couple NASCAR guys that were invested in TNA,
Mm.
and they were talking about whatever the hell it was they were talking about, and R-Truth from back in the day when he was Ron Killings came out to the ring to talk about the difference between well, you're not an athlete, I'm an athlete, and this is what we do, blah blah blah. And you're watching this and you're like, oh, this is just horrifyingly racist. Oh my
Right.
god, this is terrible. And they beat up R-Truth and drag him out of the arena, and you're watching everybody cheer for and you're watching this and you're just like, oh, this,
Jeez.
wow, we have hopefully come a long way in wrestling since this.
Yeah, man. I remember it was 2002. I graduated 2004, and after that, it might have been a year or two. Maybe it was right after I graduated. I remember going to my buddy's house, and I remember he was into wrestling. He was the guy that stayed into wrestling, and I fell out during that time frame. And um I remember looking at TNA and I was like, "Oh my God, Sting's there." Because I always wondered why he never went to the WWF at the time. And I remember seeing, because he's like, "No, no, no, watch this." And he showed me like some of the TNA stuff. That was the first time I saw TNA.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "That's crazy. He's got to go to the WWE." And then he told me he's like, "No, it was, I think at the time my buddy said he was a big Christian, so he didn't really want to go to the WWF or something like that. I forgot."
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
mean, Sting had his big conversion and everything, but his real thing was he saw how WCW guys were being treated and just
right,
looked at it and said, I don't want any part of that shit.
right. That's true. Yeah, I mean they get bare. I mean, look, it sucks what they're doing to even people like, look what they're doing to AJ Styles.
I
Like,
mean,
he kind of got a push, but what is he doing for WrestleMania?
yeah, him and Shane. And I don't care how many things Shane jumps off of. That's all he does.
Yeah, that's it.
That's his
That's
trick. And that's not enough to. I'm sorry. You want one move to put down AJ Styles? I don't. No. I.
right. It's not a good story. It's not going to
No.
keep you. It's going to make a good end to a dumb match. Like, he's gonna make one cool pop, but that's it.
Yeah.
It's AJ Styles can put on a hell of a match. I'd love to see him and like John Cena or any of those guys go at it. They have great matches. I personally can't wait for uh, when they draft again to mix these people up, because how many? I mean, it's the same matches, the same women matches,
Yeah.
the same men matches. It's all the same now. And it's
Same
like,
same tag matches. The tag divisions, the tag team divisions are the new women's division because
yeah.
they're an afterthought. They're
Hmm.
an absolute afterthought, and that's got to change. It's got
That's
to
why they need to
stop.
get the Hardy Boys in there.
Hey man, there's a deal on the table from what they're saying,
Yeah.
and I don't know how that's gonna work with Impact because they're suing over the whole broken gimmick, and I don't know.
Uh,
That's a mess and a half.
yeah. Yeah, well, hopefully they get it. I think they will. Man, we've taken up a lot of time just talking about wrestling. So, well, we got a few minutes before break. So, but yeah, man. I mean, that was my week. I watched wrestling, of course. I played some games, played a little bit more Horizons. But man, I'm stuck in Zelda. Like, when you get in, this game is just crazy. Like, there's just so many things that are happening that I did not expect. Things coming out of the sky, and uh, all these crazy mechanics that I just didn't expect in the game. All the things they kind of give you at the beginning, they build off of, and they certain things change later in the game, and like, it is so big. I don't know. I mean, maybe The Witcher is probably bigger than the Zelda game, but I can't. Like, it's just so big. Did you say you were getting it for Wii U?
No, I'm gonna have to hold off for a while.
Oh, okay, okay. But yeah, man, it is absolutely insane. I'm having a blast with it. So, kind of
Nice.
put everything on hold, game wise. Are you heard about Mass Effect?
I had seen something, but I forgot what I had seen. What have I seen?
They get like weird animations. That's what everyone's talking about.
Oh yeah, I mean that's part of what happens when you go big and then don't fully test.
Yeah, like it is. Some of the game breaking bugs are like, it doesn't work when you open up a certain menu, or it will tell you you need to connect to the internet, and you are connected to the internet.
Ah,
Like, stuff where, I heard this on Giant Bomb, where they're like, things where you have a list before a game can actually go into the public, like basic shit they're
right.
failing at. I thought that was insane. Like, well, this is Mass Effect has to be one of the biggest franchise that EA owns,
Yeah,
uh,
for sure.
and it's like they're obviously they have their big Star Wars, but this was their own, like BioWare's own, like, okay, this is our game, and it sucks. I was thinking about picking it up this week, but I think I'm just gonna save my money and put it towards Persona.
Yeah,
Um,
that's why I love when a company is not afraid of delays.
yeah.
When they'll come out and say, "Look, we get it. This sucks, and we're sorry, but you can have it now, and it can be busted, and you can all be disappointed, or you can chill for the next 6 weeks, and we'll get you what you deserve to be paying money for."
Right.
You know,
That's what I was reading. Like it just apparently you could tell that this was pushed out way too. Like EA said, here's the date. You got to make the date.
yeah. Well, because
Um,
it had been delayed. I know at least once,
yeah, yeah.
and
Oh no, yeah. It's been delayed. It's crazy though.
yeah.
Because I was thinking about this would be because I never really played the other ones. I played part of the first one, but I didn't really finish it. And I thought, okay, this would be my fresh start. This is issue number
Right.
one if it was a comic. And kind of sucks. So I'm gonna hold off a little bit on it, and there's too much going on anyway. We got WrestleMania in a week, I think,
Two. Well,
two
week and a
weeks,
half, yeah.
and then I kind of have to decide if like doing Raw, am I doing the all the other little indie shows, the ones that you told me about.
God, you've got to go to look if you can't make if do you have a ticket for NXT on Saturday?
No, I don't.
Okay, then go to WCPW because they're Saturday afternoon. Go
Okay,
to that show.
yeah, I can do
I'm
that.
telling you, go to
Um,
that show.
and I was because there's all this access and all this other stuff, and then there's Raw the next day, and
And
my
Access
buddy
is
was talking.
doing crazy stuff with the British promotions, like Progress and ICW. Like they're
Yeah,
yeah
it's just gonna be WrestleMania crazy that whole weekend, and
yeah
then, um, of course I'll come back that week and talk all about it. But and then I was thinking about Raw because I was thinking Raw or SmackDown, but I want to see Raw because I think there's gonna be some big appearances there. But my luck, they'll Nakamura will come out on SmackDown or something.
probably yeah.
Yeah, and so we'll see. And then of course Star Wars Celebration is in a few more weeks as well. So it's too much at once, too much money. Not enough money, too many things.
Right,
So,
right.
all right, well, we're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, we'll talk about movies and whatnot. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and we'll see you guys all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and we got some weird news at the beginning. Some news that I thought, oh, that's cool. We're still doing that, but it's weird. Apparently, Sony announced October 5th, 2018, they're gonna release the spin-off film Venom, but it is not going to be connected to the MCU.
Yeah, early reports are saying it's not going to be involved, which I think is stupid.
What
Like,
they should do, and I hopefully what this means, is that Disney has no say so in this movie, and there's no MCU characters in the movie, but it is still tied to the Spider-Man that we know.
I just,
I'd be okay with that. I'd be perfectly fine with that. Spider-Man's connected. Disney has control over creative rights for that, but Venom's not. I could understand that. That makes sense.
I,
But this is confusing though.
right. Yeah,
The way they
I get it from a legal standpoint of like they didn't get the rights to the entire Spider-Man canon back.
right.
Fine. But Venom without Spider-Man is Joker without Batman. It doesn't work.
Right, no, I completely agree. It doesn't even make sense. Like, but what? Eddie Brock gets it, and then Eddie Brock fights his own demons, and then there's no Spider-Man. So what? Like, what's the point?
Right, the whole impetus of that character is Brock and the symbiote have a mutual hatred of Spider-Man. I mean,
Like, it would
that's
make sense if Spider-Man literally was the villain of the film. For the point of view of Eddie Brock, it would make sense if Spider-Man was rarely used, mostly towards the end, and then at the end we see the suit go on Peter. Does that make sense?
totally makes sense.
Yeah. From the viewpoint of Eddie Brock, he goes a little crazy, and he sees Peter Parker is screwing him over, and maybe we feel a little sorry for Eddie Brock. Maybe we see this weird viewpoint where we're like, oh, you know what? he was just, however they do it, that would be awesome. But to completely separate itself and to come out and say this is not a connection, that's, come on, Sony, you were doing so good. You were doing so good.
Yeah, don't try to overreach, guys. Don't
I
before like I get it. We know Homecoming is going to do well and it's going to be great, but don't let that go to your head.
right, right. It's like if Fox was like, "Hey, we're gonna make a Gambit film. It has nothing to do with the X-Men franchise." It just make no sense. Or like I said, hopefully it's kind of like what Logan is, where they're like, this doesn't really tie into the other stuff. It's just its own story.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's the best thing we're gonna get.
Right,
Because
but
if it's truly separated, then what the what are they thinking?
exactly. Yeah. And I don't think you can. I don't think you
Mm,
can with that character. I don't.
mm-mm.
I think that later on, if you wanted to do something with the symbiotes after the fact, I mean, Venom went on to do all kinds of stuff on his own or with other
Right,
groups. Like there are stories there that you can tell, absolutely. But
right.
the
But his
first,
origin is with Spider-Man.
yes, yes.
Hmm.
You can't take that piece out. You just can't. It
Right.
doesn't work.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's weird. It's totally weird. I don't know. It's just weird. Um, but I was thinking, what would they do like later on to connect it? Would they be like, oh, universe? I don't even know, like alternate dimension hopping Venom pops in the MC. Like it wouldn't. It would just be dumb.
Yeah. I don't know
I
about
don't know.
that.
But let's see here. Captain America news. Some sad news, but I guess we all kind of saw this coming. Chris Evans is probably going to be hanging up the shield after the next two Avenger films.
I mean, we kind of figured that.
Right,
Like
right. Yeah,
he's not he's in what, just a six picture deal, I think, isn't he?
yeah, yeah.
So he'll
And
be
it,
up, yeah.
and it makes sense, let someone let someone else take over the mantle. There's plenty of people.
Oh yeah.
Um, you can guest appearance in films to come after that. Don't I hope they don't kill off his character. I hope he's still alive, but he's, retired or something and then comes back for, I don't know. Even if he is killed off. Okay, that's cool. Give it to someone else, and you know, I don't even know if we need any Captain America films after what he's done so many good ones.
Right.
Um, I do hope Marvel branches out, kind of like what they did with Ant-Man and Guardians, and continues to do with Miss Marvel, and just kind of pick other characters, and we see franchise for them, just like Iron Man. Like I don't necessarily want another Iron Man film. I'm perfectly fine with him in these big ensemble films, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Let the original Cap, we've had three Cap movies. Let that be
Mhm.
that. We've had three Iron Mans. We'll have had three Thors.
Yep.
Let that be the end of them. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, Guardians is gonna get its third. I could totally see Guardians going for 4 or 5 if they really do switch up the cast, which it's like a whole new dynamic thing. You kill, not kill or whatever. I don't know. Something happens to a few of them, and then you can add a few others ones in.
Yeah.
That's like an ensemble almost. But I don't know. Yeah, I hope they just continue to bring in new characters and go off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Guardians, there's some. You go ahead and take this one.
Yeah. So we'd heard rumors a long time ago that Stallone was going to be in Guardians 2.
Hmm.
And James Gunn not only confirmed that, but also that Michael Rosenbaum is in the film.
Hmm.
And apparently they are both playing, what was the exact phrasing here? Very important roles.
So what do you think he's gonna do?
I think they're complete throwaway cameos, and James Gunn's just screwing with everybody.
Really?
I do. I really do. I think that they're not actually important at all.
Well, do you think because didn't we? This might be spoilers, but I saw that they. Oh, this might get into spoiler territory. Apparently, there's a film within this film.
Oh, yeah, the with yeah. That was the Nathan Fillion news a
Yes.
long
So,
time ago.
so what if they were just like a part of that?
I think
Those
that's
are
yeah,
actors.
there you go. I think that may be it.
Yeah, so that'd be cool. I'd totally. That'd be a fun, cameo.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
Yeah, that'd be great. Um, Man, I want to see Nova. I want them to, and that was one character that they said they wanted to do, but it just didn't make sense uh, to add Nova. He tried to do it the first one and this one, it just didn't fit correctly. So
Right.
who knows? Maybe we'll get him in the third one. He's one of my favorite for the Guardians people because he's basically a Green Lantern, sorta. Um, without he can't construct anything, but he's powerful.
Yeah.
Because he's the last one, or one of the last ones at least. Um, let's see here. Um, Adam Kozad, the Legend of Tarzan, is in talks to pin Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah, because Warner Brothers is apparently stuffing this right down the fast track. And screw them for that.
It's an Academy Award winning film, man. That's what the people want.
Oh my god, I hate that phrase so much. I hate it. 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 I hate it.
Yeah, man. That God. Oy, oy vey. We'll see. Hey, man, we got Wonder Woman and Justice League coming out this year.
None
Who
of which
knows?
I'm looking forward to.
I know, me neither, man.
I saw the Wonder Woman trailer. They had it playing before Beauty and the Beast,
Hmm.
and I was watching it and I was like, okay, not excited for this.
Right.
Just not. I should be. I want to be. I really
Hmm.
wish I was,
Hmm.
but I'm not. I'm just not.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, yeah. I'm not looking forward to anything DC in the theater at least. I've caught up with The Flash. Have you been watching The Flash at all?
I'm no. I'm still at mid season. I know that tonight was the big musical crossover, and
Oh,
I wanted to see that so bad.
yeah. I didn't see tonight's.
Yeah. I
But
know like I saw I saw somebody had done like a mock La La Land poster for it.
right. Yeah.
I was like, that's
That
funny.
sounds
I like
right.
that.
Yeah,
But
that's great. I definitely want to see it. Yeah, I've caught up, and it is really good. I saw that the next season the bad guy is going to be a non-speedster. They said.
right, finally.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. I wonder if it's Grodd. Because they've been building him up. Oh, his episode. Oh, yeah. You haven't seen his episode.
No,
Like
but I
when
heard I heard it was like a multi-part thing, wasn't it though?
yes. There's one where they go to his city, and then there's one where they come to Central City or whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's really good. I'm curious how they're going to tie this all up. There's this dangling plot line of the Flash went to the future, saw something really devastating. He knows he can't change the future, but he wants to. He wants to save someone's life. I don't want to get too into it if you haven't seen it, but I'm just curious how that's all going to pan out. And I don't know. It's going to be really interesting. There's been some crazy cameos recently.
Oh
I
yeah.
wasn't expecting. Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, no, I got to catch up on Arrow. Um, and a few other. There's just not enough
God,
time.
oh man, I'm hopelessly behind on Arrow.
Yeah.
I started like months ago. I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch the first season of Legends tomorrow, and then catch up on Arrow, and like I'm gonna be all set when like the mid-season break ends. That was
Hmm.
my plan. And I watched like 5 episodes of Legends of Tomorrow, and I was like, this is great. And then, the plan just fell apart.
Right. Life
Yeah,
finds a way to get in there. Yeah.
yeah, but
So.
I'm so far behind on some. Like I haven't seen The Walking Dead since it came back from break. I know, right?
You honestly though, it's probably the weakest The Walking Dead has been since season 2, I think.
Ouch, that's kind of what I've been hearing.
I don't think as dramatic as everyone's been making it out to be, but it's been a lot more boring. And you know what I think it is? They opened up with the most brutal scene they've ever done. And now I feel like when they were in the writing room, they were like, okay, we need people to be able to breathe.
Right, but
But it's been months of
yeah,
just like okay, Rick, he's getting it together. They're getting a plan. There's I don't know. It's just it needs to do something really fast. And what I'm afraid is it's going to get all great like the last two episodes.
Yeah.
And it's going to be it's going to be one of those, if you own the season, you would only watch the first few episodes and the last few, and that really sucks. Like those,
Yeah, it does.
those aren't good. Yeah, man, I got to catch up on a lot of shit too. And now I think Iron Fist just came out, which didn't really get good reviews.
No, they're not real crazy on it.
Yeah, so
The,
I mean, definitely gonna watch it, but
yeah, and from what I'm hearing, the biggest problem with Iron Fist is Iron Fist, apparently.
yeah, that
And
he's not like his funny character in the comics
right,
and whatnot.
and not just because you see all the articles, and here's why he shouldn't have been white.
Right.
Which I don't come down on that debate one side or the other. I don't. But
Right.
even putting that aside, the reviews are kind of like, yeah, and he's also not really great either.
Right. See, I can completely separate people going, well,
Right.
it's he shouldn't be white, because that's just, I get that, but I don't know. He looks like he does in the comics, so it's not going to bother me that much. But if his character is bland, and
Right. That's
they're
yeah.
they're making it seem like it's just boring as shit, so that's going to bother me.
Yeah. I still got to finish watching Luke Cage. I know the last half of the season is not as great as the first, but you gotta watch it.
Right, right. No, it's exactly what happened with me. I watched the whole thing and probably could have stopped after 7 or 8, and I was like, okay, that would have been okay
Yeah.
of a season. It's still not as strong as Daredevil to me, though, or Jessica Jones. Those seasons were just on fire, and then I don't know. Maybe it's fatigue. It's a lot of the same. All these ninjas. Like, I'm just tired of ninjas, and now I know Iron Fist is going to be full of ninjas, and the
Yeah.
Defender is going to be full of ninjas, and I get it. Like, that's what those street level characters do.
Yeah.
But got to be something else. It's like it's almost becoming like clay putties to me, or the putty men,
Yeah.
from Power Rangers.
The
Like
putty patrollers. Yeah.
the putty patrol. Like, I want
Uh,
a little bit of a difference in what they're going after. Make them dead, or make them like undead soldiers, or something, similar but even dumber. Like, that's what I want.
I mean, it'd be different. At least there's
Yeah,
that for sure.
yeah. I want just crazy hyped up undead ninjas chasing them. Something different. I don't know. Something. I don't know. It just seems like it's a lot of the same shit.
Right. Right.
Um, but we'll see. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, Chappelle. I know we're getting off topic, but the Chappelle show,
Oh,
two specials.
that's right. They dropped today, didn't they? Or yesterday, or when the
Yes.
hell ever. Yeah. Oh
Yeah, so
man.
I'll be probably watching that first.
Yeah. Most likely. We'll see what Dave's up to.
Yep, yep. Yeah, he's crazy. I saw him saw the interview he was doing. He was like, "Yep, I just live in Ohio, a city where I know everyone in the town. Everything's great." So,
Yeah. He
I don't
was
know.
because I remember when he was on SNL, what, a few months ago,
Hmm.
and wait, because he hosted, I think.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh yeah, shit, Chappelle like really has it.
Oh, dude,
Like
he to by far some of the best SNL skits ever.
oh yeah.
And he talked about that in one of the interviews I saw him in. He was like, they were talking about Key and Peele, and he was like, "Do you have any resentment to them?" And he's like, "Hell no, I don't have any resentment to them." He talked about how he didn't like the way they did the style because it was exactly what he did. But that was it. He was like, it should have been a mention at the end. He was like, because I see the created by, and I see them, but I don't see like in a special thanks to Dave or something like that.
Right.
The way he talked about it was how SNL skits usually last 5 minutes. Most of those skits, the way Dave Chappelle was doing it was previously shot, obviously not live, but long, like 5 minutes long, and he had to fight for that kind of stuff. Like he said, the first one he did, the Bigsby one, where he was the blind KKK member or whatever,
Yeah.
and he was like, it was like 10 minutes long, and they would not allow him to do it, and he fought just tooth and nail, and they're like, okay, you can do it, and and he was like, I had to fight for that, and then when they saw it worked, look what happens. You
Right.
see other shows doing it, and he's like, no, he's like, I have no, You know, he was like the way you think about it. I turned down what was it, $50 million to do
Yeah.
another season, and I just got 60 million for Netflix.
Yeah.
He's like, so in the end, it all works out. That's he talked about life and stuff, and he's like, you can't look at it, like that. So
That's a position I want to be in. Nah, I don't need $50 million for another year of work. I want that. That's fuck you money. All
well,
right, that's what you are.
people were legitimately offended that you know it's a whole story. His whole interview was interesting. He's like, I'm a Muslim that lives in Dayton, Ohio. Like he goes, shit's weird. Like it's just, he's still hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Everything he says just comes off so funny, and he's so smart too. But what was really cool in the interview, I know we're going to go to break in a second, but he was talking about like he lives in a small town, Dayton, Ohio. He goes, it's about as nowhere America as you can get, and he's talking with the reporter, and he walks down the street and he sees another person, and he's like, oh, I heard about your dad, I'm sorry. He goes, hold on. He tells the cameraman, hold on. He walks away for a second and gives his respects, says hi, and says, I'll stop by the house, tomorrow or whatever. And he comes back and keeps walking, and you can tell this man is humble.
Yeah.
Like, he's not the normal comic living in New York or LA and doing shows every night, but I don't know. But he kills it. He kills it anytime I see any of his new stuff. So can't wait. Well, we got to take a quick break. We'll get back. We'll get more into movie news. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. See you in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. And sorry, got sidetracked there for a second. We'll get back into the movie news. Where were we at? We were at some Aquaman news. Film release delayed until December 21st, 2018.
Okay.
All right, so
Yeah.
we'll
This
see
was
what
just
happens.
it was just like a great little thing of like, oh, and by the way, we've pushed it a few months. It's like, okay, cool, like, whatever.
Yeah, Aquaman's it's gonna be interesting how they do that. The
Yeah.
whole thing with people swimming under the seas. I don't know how that's gonna. They gotta have him above the sea. Like they gotta have him.
Well, it'll be a lot of it in Atlantis, which will just be a normal, it'll all be normal sets and whatnot. I mean, it'll be Atlantis, but they're not going to be swimming around or anything. It's all going to be
Right, like kind of like
encapsulated.
they did Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That'll be cool.
I hope
Watch
so.
that be the
Anyway.
best one.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
I mean, like at least we got a great Aquaman film.
Yeah, there's a phrase. Put that on the DCEU's headstone. At least we got a great Aquaman movie. Like
10 years from now, we'll be like, well, you know what? Screwed up a lot of the films, but we got a fucking killer Aquaman film.
we got an awesome Aquaman movie. Wait, you got a what now?
Right, exactly.
Would you like to run that by me again, please?
Right, imagine 10 years from now, kids are gonna be like, well, all the other characters are stupid, but Aquaman, his films are the best. That'd be crazy.
I just, yeah. I don't like Superman. He's boring. Aquaman was more fun.
Right. Watch that be the really fun one.
Hey, look, man, with Jason Momoa, I loved. God, I saw him on, I think it was Conan, and I don't know how long ago this clip was. He was promoting something, and he had throwing axes.
Right.
And he's got a pint of Guinness in one hand that he's drinking while he's throwing his axes across the stage. I was just like, this dude just gets, like, I knew he was badass. I didn't know he was that badass.
No, he is. Yeah. He's a beast. He's a man's man, I guess what they call it.
That's
like he just loves doing like shit like that.
Yeah.
I saw the same thing. I just forgot what it was on. It's probably Conan. And I think he was like, well, I could never do that, or whatever he said. Yeah. All right, what do we got here? Well, we got the Batman production on film not expected to begin until 2018.
Yeah. And they figure it's because of Matt Reeves' commitment to the Apes franchise.
Oh, really?
So
I thought Ben Affleck was in rehab.
No, he's out.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he completed. Okay, cool.
Was that no? Hang on. Was that Affleck or was that? What's that?
Affleck went into rehab for alcohol,
Oh, okay,
and
yeah.
yeah, I think yeah, you're right. He did get out, so he's out.
Yeah, he's been
Okay,
out
so
for a
yeah, you're
while.
probably right. It's probably the other thing.
I think because I mean that was what I had seen, that it was because they got Matt Reeves, but because of his schedule, like they can't really start doing a lot of pre-production stuff until
Hmm.
he wraps that up. So,
Right.
and that's gonna take a couple months at least yet. So,
Yeah. And I think now it makes a lot more sense why he was like, hey, you know what? I would be much better just starring in this. A lot on the plate,
yeah,
coming out of rehab and everything.
yeah,
Like
not
that's
not
super
not in the
important.
yeah, a lot on the plate. Nothing in the glass, but a lot on the plate.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, good for him.
Yeah, totally.
Let's see here. It's always good when someone, it was weird how that was all done. It was like, yep, I'm in rehab. I gotta take care of this. It's good to see a celebrity like realize they have a problem, take care of it, and they're completely productive and ready to get out there.
Right.
Uh, and
Instead of it being a reaction, you know.
right, yeah, exactly. Instead of it being some big meltdown or how can I get Twitter followers, he was just
Yeah.
like, look, this happened. I took care of it. I'm still taking care of it. He's gonna have to take care of it the rest of his life, and now I'm functioning, and that's cool. That's cool. It makes sense now why he backed off just a little bit from to directing and everything else
Yeah.
comes along with it. Um, let's see here. Go ahead and take the next one.
Yeah. Um, Nikki Caro, who is directing the live-action Mulan movie, is saying that the movie is going to be a gritty martial arts epic and will not have songs.
Oh, that's such a bad.
To which I say, dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow, dishonor on your whole family.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
a terrible idea.
It's so bad.
It's an awful idea. I don't mind the idea of a martial arts epic, but first of all, it should not be gritty. We need to stop. I want that word gone. I want that
Right.
word thrown out from every movie. I don't want to hear a single director, writer, producer, executive, actor. I want nobody in the entertainment business to say the word gritty for 20 years. It's done.
Right.
It is overdone to the
No,
point
I agree.
I
You're
just
here.
I hate that idea of like, well, this is how it's going to be. No. Stop
Right.
it. Enough. And it needs the damn songs. Like,
Right. No one wants that kind of
no,
Mulan film.
the Disney movies need songs. Now, I know everybody points to, well, Cinderella didn't have songs and it did okay. Sure, it did fine. But The Jungle Book didn't really have songs and it did fine. Yeah. Beauty and the Beast had the songs and it did killer numbers.
Right. Right. My biggest complaint about the Jungle Book, and I didn't have really any at all, except for the fact that I wanted more of the music.
Uh-huh.
And this is coming from someone like I don't go and watch musicals, and it's not my thing. But when it comes to Disney films, holy fuck, I want a musical out of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's I don't want to make this example because I never saw Hamilton, but I don't think Hamilton would be what it was if it wasn't musical. If there
No.
was no music in it, it would just be kind of a crazy weird thing. It would be this crazy play, but without music, I don't think it would have gotten anywhere close to what it did because it was so interesting with the music. These Disney films, they are classics because a large part because of the music.
Yeah.
Mulan, everyone thinks of the song "I'll Make a Man Out of You," like that needs to be in there. That's so catchy and fun, and you can have your, what you said, your gritty moments. Fine,
Yeah.
maybe one or two scenes, but fuck, man, have some fun with it. Like, man, that sucks. That
Yeah.
really sucks.
That just completely rubs me the wrong way. And it rubbed basically the entire internet the wrong way.
Oh
And
yeah,
I so
if they did the Lion King, people they'd be like, why are you doing this?
they
Why
would
are you making it? Just go away.
there would be riots.
There would be. I
And
don't think they would. I don't think they would. I think that the people behind Disney doing this knows you can't do that with the Lion King.
no. And you
They've made so
should
many smart decisions so far with it.
yeah, and they shouldn't do it with Mulan. They really
Right.
shouldn't
Right.
because the songs even though there are not a tremendous amount of songs in that movie,
No.
people remember them.
Right.
There are what, two, maybe three, but
Right.
they're
And that's
it's I get that it's not a musical in the sense of like Beauty and the Beast was a musical,
right. No, no,
but
and that's the thing. It's
still,
it's it's
like,
one or two songs. That's all you have to do.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just
It's gonna be disappointing because you know what? The whole time you're watching it, you're gonna be like, "Yep, wish there was that song right
yeah,
there."
yeah, that's it. And if
And he,
you gotta believe Disney's looking at the numbers that Beauty and the Beast did. I mean, 170 million domestic, 180 million foreign, just in its opening weekend, and the reviews, one of which I wrote, which was awesome. I haven't written anything like that in a while.
let's talk about that.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Well, go ahead, tell us.
I
What
just,
what are you doing?
I wrote. Here's the thing: my local paper does not have a movie reviewer. They've got a whole thing once a week that comes out that's all TV, but there's no movie.
That's
Nothing.
odd.
I know, but I mean, small town, fine,
Yeah.
whatever. It's whatever. But, I've always kind of had this idea kicking around in my head of like, we should really have somebody.
Hmm.
Well, nobody else will do it. Why don't I do it? Okay, what writing samples do you have? Oh shit, I don't have any.
Right.
So I started, and it's in the group and everything. I wrote out a review, and
I like it.
it's I mean it's the first one of these I've done in a while. When uh
Hmm.
when uh when Daniel and I used to do when we did Super Couch uh
Hmm.
years and years ago, I was doing an article like every week, and it helped, because I kept writing, and I was like, okay, I can start to see what works and what doesn't, and what reads bad, and
Hmm.
how awful the grammar in that sentence was. But you do kind of get rusty on that after a while. So I'm trying to,
Right.
I'm just trying to kick the rust off of it and see if they're, get a handful done, 4 or 5 maybe, that I like, and that may take, a dozen, 2 dozen to actually do before I'm like, okay, this one and this one and this one. And then, just kind of ring them up, say, hey, you guys cover the cost of the ticket and the popcorn, and give me $10 for gas. We'll call it even. I'll write you a
Right.
review.
Right.
And it's less than 500 words, so it wouldn't take up a lot of room. And the only thing that I didn't do on that I meant to do, and I'm gonna actually go back and add it. I don't want to do ratings. I hate the idea of ratings, because
Right.
some 1-star movies are way more enjoyable than some 5-star movies. I'll sit down and watch Days of Thunder over Citizen Kane any day of the week. No
Hmm.
question. So what I want to do is a simple: who would enjoy this movie? Who would not enjoy this movie?
Right.
There you go. Because that to me is at least way more honest. You can look at that, oh, this movie got 4 stars. That's, okay, great, it's a 4-star movie, but is it because it's entertaining, or is it because it's, an Academy Award style film?
Hmm.
Because how many of those, look at how many, you know, look at the Academy Awards the last 5 years.
Hmm.
How many Best Picture nominees would you really recommend to people?
Right.
I mean, honestly, like some of them you would look at and say you've got to go watch Birdman just because it's nuts.
Hmm.
But how many of them would you really recommend to people? Because most people don't go to movies because they want some grand piece of art. You got to
Hmm.
live in the world that we have, and that's not a terrible thing. Because the idea of movies is an escape. It's a story. You're supposed to get lost in it for a little while, and then you come back and you go, okay, that was it. Maybe it was inspiring, maybe it was touching, but if nothing else, if absolutely nothing else, if none of those other boxes are ticked, it's got to be entertaining.
Right.
And that's why I like my idea of like, here's the audience that would like it. For Beauty and the Beast, who would like this movie? Damn near everybody. who
Right.
would not like this movie. People who don't like Disney films.
Right.
Like that's pretty much how that would go.
Yeah, man.
But it's,
Yeah.
you know,
Definitely keep posting it.
I mean,
I'll
it's
start
something
sharing them.
cool.
We can, I would put it everywhere you can, dude. I'd find Facebook groups
Yeah.
that do movies and stuff like that. Post it in there. There's tons of them. Collider, Joe Blow. There's tons of like groups and stuff. I would absolutely share that with everybody.
Nice.
And you know, not even just, not even just local, dude. You could get the right person to read that and go, let me see what else you have, because that's awesome.
Right,
You
and
know.
that's the first thing, is to have other things. Should I hit that jackpot? And they're like, what else do you have? Because right now I got
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, so keep it up, man. Just keep doing it and keep sharing it many places you can and catch on. But yeah, hell yeah,
Yeah, I
absolutely,
want
dude.
to, and it's because I want to do a movie a week, because there's always something new. Next week is Power Rangers, obviously.
Right,
Like, not even a
right.
question.
And dude, even when it's slow and there's not a movie out there, fucking go on Netflix, pick
And
something out, and be like, I want to review this to keep yourself sharp.
exactly. Oh no, absolutely. Like, there's
Yeah.
so many. You know, there's what was there was just the one that because Netflix always has like their originals that are
hmm
like, oh yeah, I haven't seen that. Oh well, now here's a good time. You know.
Hey, I heard there's a few Adam Sandlers in there. Just kidding. I know you don't like those. I
Yeah,
don't either.
here's my blanket review of Adam Sandler films. They suck. Move on.
But dude, to be honest, you gotta do some of
You
those.
do.
I would absolutely
Yeah.
do bad movie reviews just get to.
Oh yeah.
I think with those, it probably I don't know. I'm not a writer anywhere near but I would imagine that some of those would be really fun to do.
Yeah, because you get and it's interesting. It's the idea of going to the extreme in some
Right.
cases, because some of those movies are so bad that you could sit down and you could write some absolutely heinous things about it, and be right, but is it
Right.
printable?
Right. Right.
So how do
Yeah.
you how do you trim back? How do you know you've gone too far? No,
Right. Right.
it is.
Exactly.
It's no, it's a necessary evil. It's definitely an exercise that that you have to do.
Yeah.
It's just it's
Do it,
just
man.
yeah, it's just one of those things that when you sit down and you see, uh, you see that production logo, and you're just like, "Oh man, fuck."
Right. Like the
It's just
do-over. I saw a trailer for that. Oh, that
oh,
looks terrible.
oh, it's
I'm like, this looks crazy. It looks like Adam Sandler ruined someone's life. Like that's the whole premise of the movie.
yeah, God.
He's like, I got a great life. I got kids and whatever. And here comes Adam Sandler. And I don't know. I don't remember the trailer too much, but it's
Yeah.
like, that's terrible. So yeah,
Nah.
man. Well, yeah, I support you 100%. I would put it everywhere you can.
Rock on, man.
Join as many of those kind of groups and share it and get your local newspaper to pick up on it and see it and whatnot.
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude.
I'll tell you what though, if Netflix was like the last comedy movie we'll ever make, Adam Sandler stars with Pauly Shore in. I don't even care. I'm in. I don't care. I have to see that movie.
Yeah.
Because that to me is just like, oh my god. If Rob Schneider co-stars and and uh, and they force Tim Allen to play a communist, I'm in. Like, I want that so bad.
Yeah. Oh man, I've heard Pauly Shore on some local podcast here. He's a trip. He's crazy.
He's I Pauly Shore is somebody who's like, God man, your movies are awful, but I kind of like you. It's
Yeah.
like I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I love that, but I also really hate that at the same time because it
Yeah.
makes things complicated.
Oh yeah. No, he talks in the podcast about having someone help you make better decisions with what you pick, and he didn't have that person. So
That's
he
obvious.
did yeah, he did what was the movie that it was something about a lawyer or jury duty. He was like, that was the one that kind of people point out where they're like, oh, that's where it all went south.
Yeah.
And then he started making, what was it, Jury Duty, Biodome.
Biodome. Oh, Jesus,
Yeah,
Biodome.
and it just kind of went downhill there because he was on a roll there for a while. Son-in-law, Class Act, Casino Man or whatnot.
Yeah.
Goofy movie. But okay, we're gonna take a quick break. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. We'll see you guys all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. And where the hell were we?
Coco, I think.
Yeah, Coco. Yes, first trailer for the next Disney Pixar film was released. Did you see this?
I did. I liked it.
Yeah, it was cool. Lots of colors.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, so it was cool. Yeah. I mean, is he dead? Did he strum the guitar and that made him dead, or?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's
It's interesting because now, like, Pixar has run the gamut, from do toys have feelings to do feelings have feelings. Now where are we? Do the dead have feelings? I guess is that where we are now?
right. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
It shows him um strum the guitar, and then suddenly the dead can only see him and the living can't. And I
Yeah.
thought, okay, that's cool. And the first still is what really got me, because the first still of the movie is him hugging his grandmother, who's very elderly in like a wheelchair, and it's like, oh, like I love my grandma, and so that really got me. I was like, okay, I got to see this. And then a while later the trailer came out, so I was in from the beginning. Like
Yeah.
this is gonna be cool.
Nice. And always,
Yeah.
I love that it's cultural.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm always down for movies like that. I don't need more white people in the suburbs.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
tired of it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, no, I love how it opened up, and it has the Spanish channel and everything. Yeah, with the what was it called? I don't know. I can't think of it, but like the Spanish soap opera.
Oh, telenovela. Yeah.
That's what it felt like when they were talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. It was totally cool. It looks totally different, weird, and colorful, and fun.
Big time.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a big hit. So let's see what else we got here. Mission Impossible 6. Henry Cavill joins an unannounced role.
Yeah, Superman meets Tom Cruise.
So you think it'll be Superman in the film?
I don't. As long as he's not the man from Uncle, would be all set.
I never saw that.
You know what? It didn't suck. Like
Yeah.
it was one that was like, oh, this was there could have been better ideas, but it wasn't awful.
I'm weird. I'm not into spy movies at all.
Oh, I love spy movies.
I don't at all. Like, they don't excite me. There's nothing. It's like watches. It's not my thing.
Eh.
I don't get it. They're stylish. They're cool. Anytime I see a spy movie, I'm like, all right, he's gonna be cool. Now, I did like Austin Powers. That's probably my favorite spy movie because it's hilarious.
Yeah. You would have liked. You probably would have liked Spy, actually.
Nope, did not like that at all.
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. I liked what was the Bond movie, like 2 Bond movies ago?
The one Skyfall.
Before Spectre.
Skyfall, yeah.
Skyfall, probably my favorite out of all of them.
It was damn good. It
was really good. That was probably my favorite because I could follow it. I knew what was going on, and it wasn't just, I don't know. You watch these spy movies and it's like just hour and a half of them trying to be ridiculously handsome or something, and just standing around being super cool. Like that's every one of those movies. So
yeah,
I don't know. Mission Impossible changed it up a bit, but.
Yeah, but then it just kind of became just an action movie. It wasn't really a spy movie.
Right. It's more of like a frantic.
They're almost more like heist movies.
Yes, bingo.
And and I think that's why I really love them so much, because I love heist movies. I think if I had to pick a favorite genre, I would go with heist movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Favorite genre out of all the genres?
Yeah, I think I would go heist movies. Like, I don't know, there's something about, like, as much as I really love so many different kinds of movies, I mean, I'm a sucker for a superhero movie. I'm a sap. I love romantic comedies. I'm not ashamed to say it.
Right,
But
right.
but I think like if you give me a choice, I'm probably gonna go with the Italian Job again. Like I
Oh,
just
really? I
love
didn't know that.
yeah, I love heist movies. I loved the Ocean's 11 remake that they did with Clooney in them. I did.
Yeah, wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
Which I guess all the Fast and Furious movies are now heist movies, right?
Yeah, but the
What was the big one? That was the one with The Rock, right?
Fast Five was I think the first one where it was
Yeah.
genuinely a heist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool. Did you like Ant-Man?
I did like Ant Man. I
Yeah.
that was when I heard it was like, oh, we're gonna do Ant Man. Okay, and they're like, and it's gonna be like a heist movie. I was in. Like
Yeah.
I think I heard that before they were like, oh yeah, and we got Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas, and
Right.
I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I think my favorite genre would be probably sci-fi, maybe.
Okay.
I just like weird, not even necessarily like sci-fi fantasy. I get not too hardcore sci-fi or too hardcore fantasy, but I like it when weird shit happens. Something weird happens, and they have to react to it. I like that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a total kid. I think like I'm still a child. I think so. When I see movies that are not exciting or whatever, I'm like, eh. Like I love dramas and I love all that stuff, the super serious ones for that. But heist movie, I don't know. Spy movies just were never my thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, it's
I like
fair.
007, but didn't really like the movie. Like it just, I was so weird. But yeah, man. So I don't know. Mission Impossible. We'll see. I liked the last two. I think.
Yeah, they weren't bad.
Um, yeah. They were with Simon Pegg. They were pretty fun. Yeah. Um, let's see here. We have a new Matrix rumor. A new project rumored to be about young Morpheus.
Which now the interest in Michael B. Jordan suddenly makes perfect sense.
Yes. Oh yeah, no, that totally makes sense. So now that if it's not a film that's going to reboot and all this other stuff, if it's about a young Morpheus, would you be on board for that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that because that's a story we haven't heard. I'm
Right.
totally down for this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm way more on board for that than like
Yeah,
a reboot and whatever they were going to do before.
right. As long as he doesn't follow the same track that Neo did, because you could do the whole like, well, he followed the same path and everything, but came to realize he was not the one. So cut to like as you can have this prequel as a rehashing of the original story in a sense. You know what
Right.
I mean? All this has happened before. All this will happen again.
Hmm.
It's, I hope it's. I don't think it's gonna do that. I doubt it's gonna do that. Uh,
Right.
but I no now I'm actually kind of curious about this. So they're like,
Hmm.
no, it's not. It's not really a re. It's not a remake, but we're rebooting the franchise from a different point.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. I get. Yeah. I'm on board now. Yeah. I would totally go see a Morpheus prequel.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Totally. Let's see. We got. Oh, did you see the poster for the Dark Tower?
I did. It was interesting.
Yeah, it looks
Like,
cool.
yeah, it was very Dark Tower y. It was
Yeah.
the not fantasy world side of it.
Right.
And I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked it. Looked cool. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Well, let's move on to some one piece of TV news, I guess. Legion was renewed for a second season.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't seen any of it, right? That's
I
right.
haven't yet. No.
Ooh, it's so good. It gets so weird.
Yeah.
You gotta take the psychedelic. No, I'm just kidding. It is total trip. It makes you feel like you took psychedelics and you sat down and you're like, what is going on? They will bust into a musical in one moment. The next moment they'll have you stare at something. One episode opened up with someone just telling you, so you've heard many of stories, something like that. And he's like, this is a particular story. Like it is straight up. What if Wes Anderson did an X-Men film, TV show. No joke. They're all like almost looks like the '70s clothes. It's there. He's like this guy, the narrator, is sitting on like an ice sculpture thing, and it's so weird. And then like it pans out, and he's in a hotel, and you're just like, this is straight up Wes Anderson. Like it's shot exactly like that, where everything in these shots in this show is so particularly done where there's symmetry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it is, oh my god, it is so weird. And if you're into that kind of stuff, if you're listening and you're just like, hey, that is cool and weird, and I want to get that, go watch Legion. Like I am completely turned around about the show. I thought it was gonna be weird, but in a bad way, like
Yeah.
boring way. But it's not. It's not at all. And the stuff they do with some of the characters, because I mean, the show's basically about like, how do we fix Legion? What's going on with Legion? Is We know he's crazy, but how far does this brain power thing go? And it goes fucking deep. It's almost like the Inception, where they have to go deeper, and then they're at a point where like they just don't understand, and they're like, we've gone. If there was a cliff of us understanding our abilities and where we're at inside of his mind, we are well beyond that at this point. There's like, we don't know why this is here, that's there. We're in his mindscape, but that should not be moving, and that is moving, like kind of stuff. Like it's really weird, and it's cool. It's a ride. It's a fucking trip. So
Nice.
yeah, yeah.
Nice.
So go see Legion, or it's a TV show. Go watch it.
Yeah.
All right. So that about wraps it up for TV news. We'll get into what I guess kind of what we're watching later, but let's go right into some video game news. So Drawn to Death was included in April's PS Plus free games.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Say,
Yeah. So.
they demoed it. They demoed it at E3. I forget if it was this year or last year, or you know what I mean, last year or the year before.
Mhm.
Uh, but it looked like it looked interesting. It was like somebody, because you remember the art style was like pencil drawings in a notebook, basically.
Right. Right. Like sketches.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, well that's kind of neat. And I did some of the, I forget if it was an alpha or a beta. I was like, okay, not revolutionary, but fun. And now
Right.
it's like, oh yeah, and it's gonna be free next month. Okay, sold.
Mhm.
Sign me up.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. It looks so fucking cool and stylish.
Yeah.
I'm totally down for it. I think it's gonna be great. It wasn't announced what else comes with it, right?
Right.
Yeah. So we will see. We will see. But that's awesome. I can't wait to play it.
Yeah, should be
Um,
fun.
what's up?
Should be fun.
Yeah. Go ahead and take the next one here, because I thought this was really cool.
Yeah. Capcom has announced they are re-releasing a bunch of old Disney games from back when they used to
Oh.
make that stuff. They're calling it the Disney Afternoon Collection, and it's going to include Chippendale Rescue Rangers, uh, Chippendale Rescue Rangers 2, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, DuckTales 2, and Tailspin. It's going to be out April 18th.
Oh, okay.
So that's, and it didn't say, I didn't see if they were, like HD versions or anything. I kind of doubt it. I
Well,
think
what
it's
sucks is
it,
that I read it didn't say the Switch, which makes no sense.
it's a bummer.
That makes zero sense, because that is absolutely the platform I want to play that on.
Well, because these were all Nintendo games, right?
It doesn't. The only thing I can think of is that they're all going to be released individually, so that they can make more money on the Switch. That's the only thing I can think of.
Like it's not the
That
worst
fucking
idea on the
sucks.
planet. I know.
I'm pissed, but I have to imagine that's what Comcast, that's what Capcom was like. Yeah, okay, well, let's do it. No, we'll do it individually, because they don't have bundles on. You know, there's no Donkey Kong bundle on the Wii U. Like you have to buy all the Donkey Kong separately.
Yeah,
Um,
it's madness.
so that's gonna stink.
I don't know.
But hey, man, if you got PlayStation 4, there you go, or Xbox One. or PC. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, man, that's fucking cool. I want them to do like other Disney bundles. Like I want the Lion King and Aladdin and
The old
I don't know.
SNES and Genesis games, yeah.
Yes, yes. Bundle those together because especially Aladdin and Lion King. Those are the two ones that stood out for me.
Oh yeah, well they were the big ones. Like there were others. Like they did one for Beauty and the Beast, for example, but nobody
Oh,
remembers that.
right, right. Or I could do like I know this is considered like the Disney Afternoon Club one. I want like a Looney Tunes one because there were tons of those.
Oh yeah.
Like Tiny Toon Adventures had an awesome
That
SNES game.
that was so badass.
Yeah, yeah. Like those old side scrollers, man. Even if they did like an X-Men one, there's a ton of X-Men and Spider-Man and Marvel games that though oh my god, if they did like a Marvel bundle with like Spider-Man and Punisher, all those old arcade games,
Oh yeah.
yeah, together. There's a ton of Spider-Man ones on the SNES. There were so many there's Ren and Stimpy ones. There's like I'm just trying to think of many times my grandma would take me to Blockbuster and we'd get those old those kind of side-scrolling games and they were just so freak. I remember there was a Terminator versus um uh uh RoboCop
Yeah.
game. All yeah, those need to come back. They need to bring those back somehow, but I know they're lost in like license hell, I guess.
I was just yeah, that's the thing. It's like God, I wonder what the rights issues would be. Like that I bet they're a mess and a half.
Yeah, it's hard to even get like Marvel vs. Capcom, but hey, if they were able to figure it out with these Disney games, who knows? Who knows? That'd be interesting down the road. Hey man, I want like a Super Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got one, right?
They've got the one, but the other two I think were better because the other two right off the bat you can start using lightsabers and
Yeah.
they weren't as. I think the first one's a little boring. It's fun though. Don't get me wrong. I played through it but it's hard. Oh shit, is
Yeah,
it hard?
it's oh my God. It's almost like old school NES hard.
Oh yeah, and you die, you start over, and it's like
Yeah.
fuck. You gotta start all the way over.
Yeah.
There's certain parts where you're like, am I supposed to slide here? But I can't get past the lasers, and I just die, 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 die. Oh man, that game is fun. Yeah, give me the trilogy though. The Empire Strikes Back and Jedi, and oh man, those were great.
Yeah. God, I remember because I didn't play the first one. I started with Empire, and
Ah, okay.
I remember the walker when you're playing as
You
Han
know.
Solo. You get out of Hoth base and there's a walker there, and that took me forever.
Oh yeah.
Cause oh my God, is that thing hard?
Yeah, yeah, man. Those games, bring those back. Hopefully they come out on the Switch. Hopefully, cross my fingers.
That would be cool. Like I would
Yeah,
do all of these old things. Like put them up there for $5. Sold.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Done.
Put them on the store. Put them on PlayStation, Xbox, all of them. PC, make them cheap because people love those, man.
Yeah.
And the people that are buying games these days are our age. They grew up with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been we
That was
spent
a major reason I got the Switch because I was like, this is going to have a lot of my childhood that I know at some point in the future I'll be able to purchase.
yeah.
That was really the selling point for me. If I did not know there was going to be a virtual console, I would not have got it.
Ah.
Like if I knew it, like if someone said it's not going to be there for like a year or two, I would have totally held off on it. But
Wow.
that was what it sold it for me.
Nice.
Yeah. But we got to take a quick break. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. We'll see you guys all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. And I wanted to ask you something. Did you ever? You probably haven't, so I'm not going to hold it against you. But did you ever see any of the no clip stuff with Daniel
No, I haven't yet.
Ryan's doing? Okay, so what's really cool is I would highly recommend anyone go to his YouTube channel, NoClip, NOCLIP. This month was really cool because he basically talked to a lot of developers about rediscovering mystery in video games.
Okay.
And what the documentary is about is, remember those conversations you used to have at recess or in school where like, I heard if you go to this island underneath the truck, Mew is.
Yeah.
And oh, that golden eye. You know that island in that one level where like there's an island off in the distance and you don't know if you can get to it, but there's I heard there's a secret there. They talk about that kind of stuff and just the mystery behind video games that sparked everyone's imaginations that is so hard to find these days because everything the moment a game is released, its entire wiki is on IGN.
Yeah.
And there's no mystery to it anymore. The only mystery seems to be in the games like, or the discovery seems to be in games that are like MMOs, like Warcraft does it, where they won't tell you they put this in there, but when people start finding it and shit just starts happening, and suddenly everyone's a zombie around you, and it's like, oh fuck, and it's happening live. Those live type games are the only ones where they can surprise you. And I found all that fascinating and very nostalgic and very like, oh shit, like it wasn't until they started mentioning them that it just popped in my head like, yes, I remember a week me and my friends used to try and figure that out, especially Mortal Kombat.
Oh my god, that was where it started for me. Was like, here's
Yes.
where there's all these hidden little Easter eggs, and if you do the uppercut on this level when this happens, and you do this, and then you win with this much health, then this happens.
Yes, absolutely. One of the people talking about it, I forgot who it was. I think maybe it was one of the guys from Mortal Kombat. Specifically said no, it was someone for Street Fighter. Um, put said in an article that, or an article was printed that you could absolutely get some special character in the Street Fighter game, one that wasn't released till later. What was it, like Ryu's Master or something? That you could play as him in the game if you did, and it was this ridiculous, like almost impossible feat.
Yeah.
And they did it just to kind of get people talking about it and playing their game and buying their game and putting coins in, and it was just crazy, just total crazy, and I love that kind of stuff. And it's absolutely something that is missing from video games these days. When I thought it was kind of shitty that in the new Mortal Kombat game, if you want to just buy everything, you can just buy everything, and it's like that kind of takes the fun out of it, the fun
Yeah.
of figuring it out and solving it. Yeah, dude, dude, absolutely. When the little guy came out of the corner, I was like, "Who's this guy?" And you know, he's like "Cookie" or whatever the hell he says when he pops out of the side.
One was Whoopsie, and another one I think was Toasty.
Toasty, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I remember. Yeah, and it was, I don't know. It was like, yeah, if you go to and then you get this guy, and then it started with the first Mortal Kombat, right? With Reptile.
Yeah, I think so.
And people were like, you could get his he had the green outfit on if you, maybe it was the second one.
The second one was where he was like actually unlockable.
That okay, maybe it was rumored there was one in the first one. Maybe that's what it's been so long, dude. But that's what kids don't have that these days, and that's kind of, I don't know. Like closest I guess is Minecraft. Closest they
Well,
could get.
Destiny did something like that for a while.
That's true. Yeah, well, yeah, like I was saying, the live games could do that. That's true. You're right. Live, like Destiny, Warcraft. Yeah, man. That's why I can't wait for Destiny 2. The new. Because are we gonna talk about this? No. Did we talk about last week the raids that they're doing?
No, I haven't paid any attention to it in a long time.
Ah, don't worry. It's not. I mean, for Destiny fans, this is kind of cool because I think they're redoing the three raids, but the one, or maybe I don't know, I should have it up in front of me. I should have had this prepared. But the big one is the vault of glass that I'm seeing. Um, uh, so yeah, I guess it's like an update or something like that where they're going to change up the raids to the Vault of Glass and Crota's End. Um, and I don't know. I think it's for the old school Destiny fan, the people that are still playing that want new content. It's going to be a new way to beat them. They're going to switch it up. Apparently, get new gear, new weapons, getting everyone ready for Destiny 2. But I'm like you, probably going to hold off till Destiny 2.
Yeah, like I think I'm pretty sure I traded mine in.
Oh, you traded it in?
I haven't touched it in what, 6 months at least.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
at some point I have to look at it and I'm just like I'm not gonna go back to it. Like
yeah.
I'm just I had to move on. Um,
Yeah.
and,
See,
and
that was the one game that. Sorry, go ahead.
no, it's like and it sucked, but because like I had a ton of fun with it, and back when Destiny was always, or back when Bungie was always doing like, every couple weeks there was some kind of new interesting little thing, but then that kind of fell away.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I
And
mean,
I was just like, now, what's the point?
right.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, no, I agree with you. I haven't touched Destiny in a while. Um, it's one of those things where I got that digital, and so there's really nothing I can do, But it was the game that when I get online, there's a group of friends that I play with, and it's really cool. I love playing with them, and it's our anchor game. So it's the game that we always go back to when we're all bored, there's nothing going on. Maybe one of the guys broke up with his girlfriend or something, where we can be like, you guys, let's just play Destiny tonight, and we'll get in there and we'll just play, multiplayer matches. And it's really just a chat room. It's us for just to hang out and shoot the shit and
Yeah.
talk about dumb shit and everything else and just kind of shoot people. So it's kind of our anchor game. So I knew I knew we'd never get rid of it, but I'm more excited than ever to get Destiny 2 because right now everyone's kind of doing their own thing. Some people are playing Horizon, some people playing Mass Effect. I was playing Night in the Woods, which is not a good game to play with chatting with people. and it's like a story driven kind of game. So
Yeah.
and that's what kind of sucks. The story driven games, I don't want to be in a chat. I don't want to be I want to be in like lost in the world. But even like Horizon, I can still be in a chat somewhat a little bit when I'm hunting down dinosaurs. But I don't know. I can't wait for Destiny 2. How did I even get to this subject?
Mystery.
Mystery. Yes. So, man, I don't know. Go watch the No Clip stuff this month. It's really cool stuff. I love what Danny's doing over there. Like he's straight killing it. Um, so all right, where we got some other video game news here. Project Sonic title revealed as Sonic Forces first gameplay footage shown.
Yeah. Go Sonic. Like I don't know. I can't get excited about this. I want
Didn't I,
to.
it looked like a trailer I've seen before. It looked like they were like it looked. I don't know. It just looked like everything's blowing up around Sonic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Because I don't know what you can do with Sonic though.
Well, Sonic Mania. I mean, that's that's
Yeah.
that's the game I could totally see you playing. That's the game I'm going to be playing.
True. Yeah, that's fair enough.
It is. Did you see the? Because I know we talked about it before, that they are doing it beat for beat how they did the original three. And I don't mean like it's not the same levels or anything, but it's when you look at it, you're like, oh shit, that's Sonic.
Yeah.
That's the Sonic I know. And of course, because it's 2017, it's going to run a lot smoother, and it's not going to have the weird older stuff, but it's going to look great. I don't know when it comes out though. I think it's like release date is 2017.
Right.
Oh, September 22nd, I guess is the what they have there.
Oh well, then hell, there you go.
Yeah. Oh,
Date
it's
and
cool.
everything.
Like the collector's thing's got a little Sonic on top of a Sega. That's kind of cool.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, 69.99. And it's got a statue of him on top of Sega. You know what? I never really get those things. I could totally see myself getting that.
Well, because I mean that's neat. Like you're not.
Yeah.
It's not something that's just like, and here's a statue of this character standing up. It's like that's.
Right. It has oh shit, dude, this comes with a lot of stuff. It's got a 12-inch statue of Sonic on top of the Sega startup. Oh no, it's a Sega startup audio. I don't even know. It looks like a Sega Genesis to me, but it looks weird. Actually, no, I think about it. It has like an audio thing. That's weird. But it also has a Sega cartridge cast with a golden ring.
Oh, nice. See, that's cool.
It's got a Sega cartridge cast. That's so fucking cool.
Oh,
It's got a metallic collector's card with download keys, so you can download the game.
I might have to see if I can pre-order that because that just sounds badass.
That does sound awesome. Now, see, that's fucking cool. That's how you do it. That's how you get nostalgia. If Nintendo did that with a Mario game and was like, you can buy the new Mario whatever, but we put it in an old Super Nintendo box,
Yeah,
and we got the manual in it, and we got all this cool stuff, and a cool little Mario amiibo or something, that would be awesome. Like
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
that's how you get fake. Dude, no lie, when I got the Zelda, I still have the box because it just looks so fucking cool. It
It's
looks like, remember those PC boxes that you used
yeah.
to get?
That's
It
God. That
looks
was funny. I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah, it's that size. It's gigantic, but it's cool. Like it's just sitting on a shelf, and it's like, oh, that's just a giant video game box, but it looks awesome. It looks really cool. Everything else is kind of meh that came in it, but oh, the case was awesome. What am I talking about? But the box is just so cool looking. So yeah, they need to keep doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, where were we? Where were we? Injustice 2. Firestorm revealed for the sequel.
yeah. That's a good choice.
I
I
thought it
had
already was.
I don't remember. I mean, I put reveal because I thought that it was a reveal.
No, it was. It was.
I thought so.
I'm just saying, just because when I saw it, I was like, oh, I thought we knew this, but no, it wasn't. He was revealed then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I okay, cool. I mean, that's not a bad choice.
I saw. Didn't the WWE people reveal this? Didn't it? Wasn't like Xavier Woods and Bailey and Sasha reveal this? Because I saw it during one of their streams.
Well, Xavier's been on a bit of a revealing streak, so it could have been.
Are we gonna talk about that?
I think we kind of have to a little bit.
Kind of have to. Yeah, we'll save that to the end. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I saw it during their Mortal Kombat one or Injustice thing. Because I
Yeah.
love Bailey.
Yeah,
And
she and Sasha had like a Mortal Kombat tournament last year.
yeah.
Like they had like a best of 3 series or something. It was crazy.
hmm Yeah, so they got to play this one, and it's really cool. They had a lot of fun doing it, and um, I don't know. I can't wait. Who do you think we're gonna think we're gonna get Beast Boy?
You know what, man, I don't know.
Have
I
you been reading the Injustice comic?
I haven't. And I think it's caught up now, isn't it, to the first game?
Yes, it's like there's like 5 years I
Yeah,
think, and
but
I think
it's
it's caught up.
yeah, but it's because it's digital, so it's like 3 issues to one actual issue kind of thing.
Yes,
So it,
yes,
it
exactly.
so it
I've
wouldn't
been
yeah, it wouldn't take a lot to get caught up with it.
Right, right. I've been there's a channel out there, Comic Explained. Shout out to Rob. Um he does really cool stuff. His channel, he'll sit there and he'll just kind of go over comics and stuff or arcs and all sorts of shit. And he just got so into Injustice recently, and a lot of his content is Injustice Year One, Two, Three, where he'll show you and tell you what's going on in the story, and it's no joke. Really wanted me to read Injustice, so that's going to be one of the next series I check out. Oh yeah, man, I haven't even really talked about it. I don't know if you've been reading Spider-Man. I've been just trying to get through some of the X-Men,
Yeah.
but in when I need a break, surprisingly, I go and jump on other X-Men, and I've read all of the all new X-Men, all of the Uncanny X-Men. I'm just all X-Men right now. So
Nice.
literally, because they have the new event coming up, right? Like next month,
Oh, they've
the
got a
Resurrection or whatever,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
and it puts them back in, you know, uh, back in the, just back in their teams and whatnot. So we'll talk actually a little about comics in a little bit once we get through the video games and whatnot. But actually, I think we're done. Yeah, Super Mario Run, a game releasing for Android on March 23rd.
Yeah,
So
cool. Good for them.
yeah,
Like
yeah. But real fast because I guess we have a little bit of time before break. But haven't been reading into Marvel, have you?
no, I haven't read anything new in a long time.
What about DC?
No. I think I read like when Rebirth started.
Well, I wanted to get your opinion,
Okay.
because I kind of agreed with a lot of, because like I said, I listened to the Comic Explains with Rob and the Comic Story, and these are all cool people. The Comic Pop, great comic book channels. And they said a lot of the same things, and I totally agreed with it. That DC's killing Marvel right now, totally destroying them, and they have been for a long time. And the reasoning they think is because even though both do big events, Marvel has kind of removed all of their main players and they've made it extremely diverse. Where diversity is great, but now they've overloaded it. And their thought process was um, all of the, Cyclops is dead, Wolverine is dead, um, Captain America is a Nazi, Magneto is about to become a Nazi. Um, uh, Beast is a crazy person who fucked up and brought kids from the future. Um, uh, Iron Man is dead pretty much. Thor is Jane. Um, it's like it's like they've completely removed everything you've became comfortable with and brought new stuff in without keeping any of the old stuff.
Right.
So the analogy they made that I thought was great was like, let's say you go to a restaurant and there's 5 amazing plates and they have a lot of other stuff, but you go there for the 5 plates every time, and then one time you go there and 2 of the plates are completely different, but you're like, I'll try it. Maybe it wasn't for me, but I still have these 3 other plates. You go a month later and all of those 5 plates that you normally get are all different, all new and all different, but it's nothing you want. So maybe it's something that could grow on you, but you still want something there that gets you every month that you're always gonna like.
Right.
And there's no Fantastic Four, there's no Wolverine, there's no Cyclops, and there are there in ways like you have Old Man Logan, you have the new Wolverine, you have all these things that are kind of close, but nothing there. But with DC, they're bringing back Wally West. They're bringing back all these characters, and they're still there. Batman's still there. Hal Jordan's still there. But they also introduced new characters. And I thought about that. I thought, you know what? That's right.
That's a
Because
good point.
X-Men for the last year, I've completely fallen out of. I've just read it now over the last week, but I thought, fuck, that's so true.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a very good
Yeah.
point.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we will get into some reviews and we will talk about some wrestling. Again, you listen to We Geek podcast on the end.fm. We'll see you guys all in a minute. All right, welcome back to We Geek podcast on the end.fm, and wrapping up for a little bit. Before we get into kind of some reviews and stuff, kind of wanted to chat for just a second about what we were talking about before. But I can't wait, man. I want to see Fantastic Four come back. I can't wait for the big return for them. I know it's going to happen probably during Secret whatever invasion that they're going to do with this Captain America thing. Yeah, that's one series that I want to catch up on because Secret Empire is about to come out, which is where like half the people in Marvel are now Nazi, whatever Hydra agents. But I can't. I want it to go back together. I need some heroes, and I want heroes fighting villains
Right.
instead of heroes fighting heroes. Because man, fuck, I just caught up on the X-Men. It's nothing but them fighting um, the oh, my mind just went blank.
The Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
No, no,
No.
no. Fuck. Why did my mind just the Inhumans? Jesus, I'm like the Injustice.
The
The word
new. Okay,
Injustice
yeah.
just kept popping up in my head. But yeah, no, the
Yeah.
Inhumans. It's so boring with the Inhumans. But yeah, I can't wait till we start getting some of the characters that we love again. Keep a lot of the new ones. Keep Miles, of course. Keep a lot of the new characters, but you're just swapping out for and leaving them to the dust is not it's not cool.
Yeah.
But okay, all right. So we got WWE, Southpaw, Beauty and the Beast, and Xavier Woods and Paige. What do you
Yeah.
want to talk about?
Let's start there. Um,
Okay, so yeah, I guess over the over the weekend, I guess it was maybe Friday. Um, Someone leaked a bunch of pictures of Paige and some other people, some celebrities, but for the most part, that's the ones where it caught our eye mostly. I guess someone either hacked into her phone or, um, what would it be, Maddox's phone? No, I don't really know Maddox.
I don't know. Might have been.
Yeah, someone hacked their phone, one of their phones, and a bunch of photos and videos were released, and one of them was uh, her, Maddox, and Xavier Woods.
Yeah, and now I am perfectly fine with couples that want to share,
Right.
That's, hey, you guys do you, whatever you guys do in a healthy relationship, go for. I don't
Right.
care. My the only thing that really made me laugh is Maddox is filming this. Now, bear in mind, this is being filmed by
Hmm.
itself, and
Right.
he's in the
Like a
shot.
tripod.
Yeah, and he's in the shot with a camera, and he has got that thing pushed up so close.
Yeah. Well, this is a fetish, right? Like this is what do you call
Yeah,
it when you want to watch your person do something with someone else.
yeah,
That so I get it. That's totally what they're into. The thing though that has to cross these people's minds, and like you said, do whatever you want as long as you're comfortable, you're not hurting anybody. Uh, do what makes you happy. Um, the problem is when you're in NXT and you are training to become a WWE superstar. They throw that word around, but when you're training to become a personality and a public figure for a public company, one that now family member holds a seat in the White House, which is crazy to think about.
yeah.
But that's how you know they have to be careful, And so to do this, they're NXT, they're young, they're and maybe that's what the problem is because all of these people were college age when they were doing it, and hell yeah, that's something you do when you're in college. That's the college experience. You have fun and explore and do what you need to do.
Right.
These guys are training to become, personalities on TV all across the world, especially. And that's the thing is right now, Paige hasn't been in the scene for a while. She
Right.
she hasn't been on TV. They do have a movie coming out with her, which is that's just a whole bundle of things that could be a problem.
Yeah.
Xavier Woods, he is a part of the biggest, most over, most kid friendly group that's on there. New Day. They're selling popsicles right now. And he does their gaming channel, and so it's poor decision making to put that camera there.
Well,
Um,
and here's where I got to push back on that a little bit. It's I recognize that you do have to understand there for something like this. It's different if somebody like us was to do that because who cares? We're
right, it
not
wouldn't be news.
right, exactly. Like we're not public figures.
Hmm.
But by the same token, I think that the right to privacy trumps that. I think the
No, I
I
agree.
I think the idea that yeah, it sucks that it gets out there,
Right.
but I think to I think punishing people because of this just sucks.
I don't think they'll be punished. Obviously, I mean, on Raw, they made a joke about it,
That
a
was
very
I,
off the cuff.
it was great.
Yeah.
Woods, you have something you want to tell us?
And then he goes about Mania, and that was the best way you could handle it.
Yeah,
It was like,
exactly.
okay, tongue in cheek, we know it's out there, but we're moving on. And
Right.
so Seth Rollins happened to him not too long ago. He had a nude release because his ex or whatever got, well, I don't know what happened, but
That was
um
he. What happened with Seth was he tweeted naked pictures of his girlfriend, and his fiance didn't like that.
well,
So,
well, I
she,
didn't hear that part. That
yeah,
was a dumb.
that was
Why would he do that?
yeah, that was one of those of like, oh man, you didn't just make a mistake, you done fucked up. Like,
Jesus,
so
like that's what I don't understand. If you're training to become
yeah,
a fucking wrestler where you're going to be on TV and a personality and represent a company, you
yeah,
can't do that. I work for a company. I know anything I say or do outside of it, the company represents me and the company.
right,
You know what I mean? I can't be on social media talking about certain things, all that sort of stuff. Um,
right, and
I imagine this is all part of their clause, but you're 100% right. Their privacy
right, it's
was breached.
right, and
So
there's a difference between what happened with Rollins was he made a choice
right.
to transmit these images, and the fact that he wasn't paying attention to where he was transmitting them in the first place speaks to a secondary error in judgment.
Oh wait, okay. I totally misunderstood what you said. I thought you said he posted naked pictures of his ex-girlfriend on Twitter
Oh,
on
his
purpose
not no. It was an accident that he was tweeting. He accidentally tweeted pictures
of
of
himself.
of his girlfriend,
Oh,
And when his fiance saw those pictures, she didn't like that, so she then posted pictures of him naked.
Oh, okay,
So
gotcha.
that's a whole other kettle of fish. That's a whole other big, like, oh my god. When it's something like this, and you've done this in the privacy of your own home, and you know, if you keep it
Right.
stored on something that can be hacked, just know that somebody is going to come looking for it someday. I'm not
Yes.
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying this
Well,
is the world we live in. This is a
right.
constant threat. So if nothing else, look, do it, have fun, enjoy your life,
Right.
but put some kind of precaution in place. You want to keep these, I get it, that's fine. Mazel tov, their memories, God bless you. But know that this could happen to you.
Right. So I mean, essentially, if you have Photo Bucket, if you have Facebook, if you have iCloud, if you have Twitter, do two-step verification. That's the only way you're going to be able to keep that safe. Because anything less than that, you are asking for it to get stolen.
Oh yeah.
Bottom line, if you
Yeah.
do not have two-factor verification, your PSN account, all of that stuff. Because I mean, I have to imagine that's what happened with this because it's the same thing that happened a few years ago. It's the same exact stories. Celebrities do not put that sort of protection on their accounts, and there's people out there who just spend days trying to figure out how to get into it, and it sucks, but it's the world we live in.
Yeah.
And the other thing is like some of the things she had were obviously personal. She was sending someone. Don't send things. My general rule is if I'm going to send this kind of picture to someone, even if I care about them, I have to know. You have to before you press that send button, know you're putting it out into the world, and that you can't be embarrassed if suddenly everyone sees it because the, you, it's unfortunate, but that's the reality you have to live in if you're putting it out there and you're sending it to somebody.
Right.
Um, so I don't know, but we've talked a lot about it. We still got a lot of other cool things to talk about, but it's gonna be interesting. Apparently, there's more stuff. Like Summer Rae just came out, a bunch of other ones. So, uh,
They were lame. They were nothing worse than the old Divas photo
oh
shoots.
no, yeah, no,
Like
I completely agree.
yeah.
The stuff with Paige was,
That was a
uh,
whole other level of like, oh, this is
well,
not
we
going
can
to be
say
good.
that was pornographic what
Yeah.
she did.
Well, yeah. Pretty
And what Summer
explicitly.
Rae was more of like I'm taking nudes in a mirror kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Pages was a whole another level in Xavier Woods,
Yeah.
but yeah,
It's it sucks all around. It's
I don't want
it's
anything to happen to them. I want Paige to come back and be a superstar. I want Xavier Woods to eventually get that WWE belt because I fucking love him. I don't want anything bad to happen to these people because of some dumb mistake and because of some idiot, stealing their shit.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, we'll see. So anyway, so let's. What do you want to talk about? Beauty and the Beast, Southpaw.
uh well, I mean, just real quick about Beauty and the Beast. It was everything it needed to be and then some.
Oh, cool.
It was exactly what if you're looking at this and you're like, okay, here's the big test. How do they
Hmm.
do a live action version of an animated musical? They nailed it. They absolutely nailed it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do. There's so much to watch.
Right.
There's King Kong. There's Beauty and the Beast. I want to see Get Out. Still haven't seen it. I was supposed to see it.
Yeah.
Um, there's and what's coming out this week?
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers. That's right, dude. There's like four. Oh my god. I think I think I don't know. Maybe Thursday or Friday before work. I'm gonna go try and knock at least one of these out. Probably Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, I definitely want to see all those. Maybe on Sunday I'll just that's what I was supposed to do last weekend, but just things happened. But yeah, man, I definitely want to see that. Um, all right, what else we got here to talk about? You want to go to Southpaw? You want to go into wrestling?
Well, I mean, we knocked around Southpaw a little bit at the start of the show, and
Yeah,
you've got to watch the rest of it.
yeah. Oh,
It's
I will.
it's so good.
There's just not enough time in the day, and since I work such a late shift, I
Yeah.
don't exactly wake up too early. So
Well, and I mean, the good news is like each of these is what, like 8 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was super
They're all
short.
crazy short, and it's
Yeah.
the payoff at the very end of all of it is magic. It's perfectly written,
Oh
and
yeah.
I love that this was the locker room and some crew.
Hmm.
Like they got together. This wasn't somebody from creative had an idea or an executive said no. This was this was a bunch of guys in the back who were like, I have to imagine how this came about was somebody said something about probably like old AWA programming,
Right.
and it started a conversation and things just snowballed, and I imagine this probably took a lot of time to put together.
And they do it in such a way that it's not disrespectful to those to what that was.
No, it's just
That it's like honoring it, if that makes
right.
sense,
It's a
in such a cool way.
exactly. It's not a straight parody of a particular of a particular gimmick or company, or it's just an
Right.
idea of like here's a loving tongue-in-cheek parody slash homage
Right.
to 80s wrestling. And if you go back
Yeah.
and watch like old interviews,
Hmm.
it's like that.
Oh yeah, I remember the one where it was Sid Vicious punched somebody, a reporter, because
Yeah,
he called it fake, and he was
it's
like, "Oh, it's fake, is it?
yeah.
Was that fake?" And he
He's
slaps him upside the head.
yeah. He's like, that's an open hand slap. Did that feel fake to you? And he yeah, because he slaps him twice and knocks and bursts his eardrum,
Yeah,
busted
he
his eardrum.
did some damage.
Okay, man,
But that,
damn.
those old Mean Gene,
Yeah.
but yeah, even the ones before that, like the stuff with Flair, and oh man, it's
That's
just
that's my favorite part of this whole thing. Like, I'm
yeah,
sorry, I love the not Ric Flair, but actually Ric Flair paid Ric Flair impersonator doing doing like the halting bad copy ad reading for a new
yeah,
product.
yeah,
That's what's so great is that it's the current KFC product, but it's
right.
presented that give me more of that instead of like the giant contrived
I
Sonic
bet that's what
skits and
paid
all
for it.
that. I'm just yeah, like one of those ads would have, but I mean there was no budget for these things, man.
Yeah, that's what that was. You could tell, like, you're absolutely right. It wasn't one of the WWE writers. If anyone, I think it was an outside writer or them just having fun. Um,
I think the story behind this is that it was a locker room generated kind of thing.
oh wow, that's
Yeah,
great.
and that they like oh yeah, like this was a a superstar and crew kind of idea and production. And then when they got done with it, they were like, "Holy fuck, we have to post this. This is too good."
Yeah, that's great.
Cause
Yeah, no, that's
yeah.
that's. I want a shirt.
Oh,
Absolutely,
oh,
Southpaw
I gotta have
Regional
that shirt.
Wrestling.
I've got to have that shirt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't wait.
But but
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna definitely watch it through it. Man,
yeah,
I got a lot to catch up on. That Chappelle, Iron Fist, yeah, 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 yeah. But I'll
yeah.
watch that first. It's
Oh
super
yeah,
short.
do them first. They're the whole thing is the length of a sitcom episode,
Right.
and
Now,
it
is there like, are they gonna release more in
I
a
don't know.
week or?
I
Oh,
don't
okay.
know. It seems it's the way that it wraps up. It seems like oh well, I wonder if there's going to be any more.
Right. Right.
It's
So
so good.
the end of the Southpaw regional whatever, WWE buys them.
Yeah, right.
Like that's just that's how it's gonna end.
One of the territories that Vince bought in the raid.
Did you see he got in a car accident?
Yeah, wrecked his Bentley.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it was fine though. Got out and strutted out. It was probably like, what in the hell?
That's one character I miss that's not on television anymore. Vince really like. I hope someone's got a camera on him and they're shooting a documentary.
Yeah.
That's gonna be one wild story.
Oh,
Uh,
no doubt. No, from start to finish, man. Just that's
yeah,
a hell of a life.
because I think a lot of people are afraid to talk about Vince now because he's of course still alive and he owns and does everything. I think once God forbid, once he does pass, I think that's when we're going to hear so many crazy stories.
Oh yeah.
And it's just going to be all let out. But man, that's why I want him more on television. I want to see more of this man, because I find him so fascinating.
Yeah.
Um,
He was my favorite, and it was in the one group that we're in, the one post Raw
right.
where they were trying to get Undertaker to do a spinneroonie, and he
Yes.
absolutely refused. And The Rock came out, and Triple H came out, and it was like, well, nobody's gonna get him to do it. You know who's gonna really try? Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
He's the best. He really is.
he
Like,
that's
um,
that's the Vince I miss, where he would just come
yes.
out and say, "Fuck it, this is my company, this is my product. If I have to get involved and do whatever it takes, I'm gonna do it."
Yeah, and he said on the Austin's podcast, he was like, I would never ask someone to do something that I would not be willing to do
Yeah,
myself.
he's shown that ethic of like, I believe that. I have no
Yeah,
reason not to believe that.
yeah, man. They need to have a camera on that man because I'm fascinated by him and his
Yeah.
decision making, and just it's so cool. Well, anyway, well, that's the show. We gotta go. Of course, you're listening to We Geek podcast on the N.FM Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Please go to our Facebook group. Make sure you go to our iTunes and put a good review in there for us. Our Twitter is at the Logan Witt, at Adam Estep, at We Geek podcast. And until next week, Captain.
Captain.